Actually, my cousin, it was his birthday and my aunt calls me and Martia, she's like, do you want to skateboard for your cousin's birthday? Because I know he's going to want to skate with you and I know you're going to want to skate and everything. And I was like, nah, not really. I was more into sports and like football, but soccer and everything. And I wasn't really in that mindset of skateboarding. And I was like, whatever, why not?
Let me try.
Yeah, let me try. It's like, but like after the year or two, I started getting better, but they liked street. I liked ramps. So I got better than them at that really fast. And like a week before the contest, I stopped in El Paso with my dad for a couple of days, and then I went and had all my stuff, like a TV, had front seat was packed, back seat was packed, trunk was packed, like couldn't see out the back.
A six pack.
Bienvenidos a un nuevo episodio de Efecto Ollie, donde hablamos de patinetas, proyectos, anécdotas y aprendizajes.
Así es, banda. Sean bienvenidos a Efecto Ollie, su podcast favorito de skate de México, el mundo y sus alrededores, ALB.
Efecto Ollie, detrás de la mente de Will Cortez.
¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás?
How are you, Will?
Very good. Super stoked to be here.
Thank you for being here. But before we continue, we're going to make some announcements.
Yeah. Agradecer a Blue Terrier Studio por prestarnos el spot, siempre fino, siempre al millón. Aquí les está apareciendo su username. Vayan, síganlos y coméntenles que son la mera vena por apoyar Efecto Ollie.
Blue Terrier. Y queremos, pues, tenemos una tabla que nos regaló la comunidad de Durango.
Ajala.
Que la marca se llama Don Loop Corp y el vato se llama Ramón de Lara y tiene una escuela de skate. Ajala. Y pues que le eche ganas porque ahí vamos a dar competencia.
A huevo,
güey. Con todo.
Eso es todo, güey. Rápido, nada más antes de comenzar, agradecer también a nuestros miembros del canal que les están apareciendo aquí. Gracias por tener su suscripción siempre activa. Mes a mes ahí están aportando un granito de arena para que este proyecto siga adelante.
Muy bien. Banda. Y ahora sí vamos a comenzar. También antes de comenzar, pues quiero avisarles que esta plática va a ser una plática en inglés para que haya más fluidez y bueno, por la otra parte.
Así es.
Pero me voy a aventar la chamba de los subtítulos, espero y no la caguen.
Así es, si en este momento no están activos los subtítulos, vayan y coméntenle @Arturo Sanchez que se vaya a la...
Okay, ready, Will. So, you are from El Paso.
Yeah.
Texas. You started skating there? I saw like the Braille podcast, and you said that your parents wanted to give you a skateboard and you didn't want it.
Yeah, actually, my cousin, it was his birthday. So on his birthday, since I'm only child, like I only had my cousins like growing up pretty much to like hang out with. So it was like weekends, like let's go over there. But it was his birthday, and my aunt calls me and Martia, she's like, do you want to skateboard for your cousin's birthday? Because I know he's going to want to skate with you and I know you're going to want to skate and everything. And that's how it is when you're by yourself. Everyone's like, let's do stuff. So, and I was like, nah, not really. I was more into sports and like football, baseball, not basketball, but soccer and everything. And I wasn't really in that mindset of skateboarding. Okay. But after like a few times, she's like, are you sure? And I'm like, nah, I'm good. And then the last time, she's like, are you sure? And I was like, whatever, why not?
Let me try.
Yeah, let me try. It's like, it's free.
Yeah, it's free.
Exactly. It's free. I don't have to do anything for it. She's asking me, and I'm like, why not? So I got one. And it was like a Yu-Gi-Oh deck
from Walmart.
Right? Yeah, Walmart, Toys R Us, or something like that. It was chingon. It was sick.
Chingon. Yeah.
So and then I like got it, and my cousin got like a brand new like fancy like pro style deck, and I was like, oh. Okay, I see how it is. But it was his birthday, so I gave it to him. And he and I had another cousin, and they skated really good. They were older than me they're like 5 years older than me. So I'm like 8 or 9 or something like that. And I hated the fact that they were so much better than me. I was like so mad, like I couldn't do it, like anything. My like brain wasn't like developed enough to like like do it. So
you were used to playing sports, so you had like a kind of like a competitive mentality, right?
Yeah, for me,
and you wanted to learn fast, and I'm like, why am I not doing it? I'm pretty like growing up and stuff. I was never like bad at anything. I've always been like good because I have that mentality of like, let's compete. Like I want to win in anything. It could be ping pong. We could play a game of skate on the tech deck. It doesn't matter what it is. If there's something to win, I want to win. Like playing cards as well.
Yeah, cards. Pretty much anything that you can win. I make up games like on the spot with my roommate. We just like make stuff up just to win. Yeah. But they were so much better than me, and I was like, dude, this sucks. So I ended up pushing harder than they ever could, and that's why I'm here now.
you got better than them?
Yeah, for sure. I think like they were on it for like a year or 2 years, something like that. But like after the year or two, I started getting better. But the only thing is they liked street and I liked ramps a lot. Okay. Because we'd go to the skate park and I'd hit the ramps more than anything. So I got better than them at that really fast. Okay. And street, I didn't really get better than them for a couple of years, but yeah.
But you did skate street as well.
Yeah, for sure. Well, like when we first started, it was like my grandma's house, and we had like, like a little square, maybe the size of this office. Okay. And we were just doing like ollies, and they were doing kickflips and shove-its and doing all this stuff super fast. And I'm like, what? I'm like lifting the board.
Yeah. So you told me you were like 10 years old when you started skating.
Yeah, I think 10 years old is when I started like really skating. I think I might have gotten it earlier because there's a picture of me on the skateboard like all like don't know what I'm doing, feet are in the wrong spot.
You still have it?
Yeah, I think so. I think my grandpa was like right there, and he's like, like look at this guy, he's gonna be so good. And
here you are, still skating.
Yeah.
What year was that? Do you remember?
No idea.
You don't remember?
No.
How was the skate scene in El Paso?
El Paso, skate scene was pretty good. There's a lot of skaters there. Like growing up, I didn't know about anything like till a couple years in, like getting to know all the spots and stuff. I had like a little prefab park that I skated. It was like just like quarter pipe, a spine, and then a bank, and then like some street stuff, maybe a pyramid and a rail. But then after like growing up in El Paso, I like went to Carolina Skate Park and Canal Skate Park, Montwood Skate Park. I think those are mostly the ones I would go to. There's probably a couple more. West Side Skate Park and stuff like that.
West Side.
Yeah.
West Side.
Yeah. The reason why I ask is because the scene was in California, right?
Yeah.
And I heard that later when you had like a few years skating, you went to California. And you said something that you didn't even tell anybody until like 2 weeks before you left.
So from El Paso, I grew up there till like 13 until my parents split. And when they split, my mom went to Dallas, and then my mom was super sad. So I went over to Dallas first. And in Dallas, I pretty much got sponsored right away from skating because I was at that level in El Paso, and I was going to Dallas a lot because my parents were already split up for a couple of years. Yeah. And then from there, that's when I kind of like got sponsored and started skating more in Dallas. But I got to a level in Dallas where I was like kind of stuck, and I was already thinking about it. I'm like, dude, like I need something different. And it was going in my head for like 6 months, and I was like planning it. I'm like, Combi's when I'm moving. Like Combi is like ProTech pool party or Vans pool party. Okay. In Orange. It's like the biggest bowl event that there was. Now that's gone now, but
Orange County, was it a Vans skate park?
Yeah, Vans skate park.
Okay, I've been there.
Yeah, it's like the pretty much the one of the biggest like raw authentic skateboard park like bowl like contest.
I remember dropping in on that bowl, and that was like the biggest I've dropped in on.
Yeah, it's a gnarly bowl.
Yeah, it is gnarly.
Yeah, but so leading up to that, I was like in my head like, well, my buddy Justin McGuffin, he's a skater from Dallas, and he was like, dude, if you want to get better, you should move. And then that like really like set into my head, and for months and months I was like, dude, I need to move. And when I was like thinking about it, and then like I planned in my head like maybe 6 months before, I'm gonna go to this, and then I'm just gonna move. But I was working hard, like getting money, doing skate lessons. I was working at the Ranger Stadium. It's like a baseball stadium.
I heard that. What were you doing there?
I was just doing like clothes. Like we're organizing clothes and hats and like all the merchandise stuff. Because one of my best friends, his brother is like the manager. So I just got like a quick like, okay, cool. I got some money.
Somebody to help, right?
Yeah, some help.
And then I heard that you were gonna work for like the Padres or something like that.
Yeah, so that's how I was gonna move. Is I was like working there, and then I asked him, I was like, hey, can I like transfer to the Padres? And that's what like, it's like I got everything all planned and everything. And then I didn't tell anyone till 2 weeks before because I was nervous. I was like, I don't want to tell anybody and I don't want to jinx it. And I just told my mom, I was like, Mom, I need to go. I need to get out of here. And she was like, what? And like, you know, the emotions of that was like crazy, because like I've been with my mom for so long, and like I even moved with her and everything, and like it was heavy. It was pretty heavy, and I literally packed up everything in my car in like a little, like a normal size car, like it was a Veloster,
like a bocho.
A bocho?
Bochito.
It's like a bochito, no? It's like a popular car here at Mexico. When you are not a lot of money, you have a bocho, right? The cheapest car in the world.
Volkswagen.
It's a Volkswagen.
Ah, okay.
It's like the Beetle, but the grandpa.
Similar, yeah. it was a decent car though, but a little bit more space than like a Volkswagen, because I fit so much stuff in there. I fit all my stuff in there.
Oh, you drove from Dallas to San Diego or something?
Yeah.
Alone?
Oh, nice.
Alone.
Fuck.
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was 21. I had my birthday, and then Combi was coming up, and I was like, I got to do it. So birthday, and then I left.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you went when the contest was right at the contest, or you went like days before the contest?
I went like a week before the contest, and like so I stopped in El Paso with my dad for a couple of days, and then I went because it's a long drive.
Yeah.
And I had all my stuff, like a TV, I had
everything,
like
everything you needed.
Front seat was packed, back seat was packed, trunk was packed, like couldn't see out the back.
A six pack.
Yeah. How was that feeling? I can relate a little bit, because actually when I left the US to Mexico, I didn't tell anyone. I had sponsors and everything, and I was just like, man, I gotta do this, because something inside me was like, I really gotta do this. You know, I don't know what it was, but it was that feeling where it's like a part of in your life where you're like fuck, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I feel like I gotta do it. You know,
it's a leap of faith.
It's like a leap of faith. Like you don't know what's gonna happen, but you still feel like you're doing it. Like you gotta do it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
And you left your family and everybody, you know? Yeah,
I left everybody. It was crazy. Like as soon as I started driving off, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm by myself.
Yeah. And I got a long drive.
Yeah, and I had friends there and I didn't realize it, but like I like left and I'm like, dude, this is crazy. I'm like, because at the time I was living in Fort Worth with my mom, and I get to like just past outside, like maybe Abilene. It's like on the way from Dallas to El Paso, and I'm like, dude, this is crazy. I'm by myself.
Yeah, man.
I have to pay for everything now. And I was like scared, but you know, I was like, no going back. I told once I say something, I do it no matter what it is. Well, unless it's like something dumb, then I won't do it. But like if I say I'm going to do your podcast, I'm doing your podcast. Or if I say I'm going to be there, I'm going to be there for you. So I was like, let's go. I was going. Wow. And it was crazy because once I got to California, like I immediately had a job, like a interview with CA skate parks. And my buddy Jimmy, he got me this interview because he's an announcer with like CA for X Games and stuff like that. So he knows them super well. And he was like, hey, I got this guy who can work. And so I go in for the interview. I'm dressed like super nice. And they're like, what the heck is this guy doing? And I was like, I thought it was a job interview, but it's a skate company. So they're
what's CA?
CA skate parks. They have CA skate parks, CA production, CA ramp works.
It's California, no?
Site design. Yeah, it's the skate. Like, they build the skate parks and they do all the contests, like do tour and stuff like that.
Right.
X Games. They're the best skateboard company.
All right.
for park building, in my opinion, I love their parks.
So it's California skate parks.
California skate parks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got an interview and did you get it?
Yeah, I got it like right away. I was like, well, that was easy.
But what were the position? What was the position? Like,
so I was
testing the skate parks or something or what?
I wish that would be so much better.
Skate the skate park all day.
It was a building position. So I was just like learning how to build the skate parks. I ended up building like vans and do tour and like other little things like we'd build a lot of stuff at the warehouse and then ship it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then sometimes we go to if it's a contest, we'll go there and we'll start building it. That was rough. That was super rough. But I got the job right away, and I was like, hey, I can't start until after Combi. After Combi, like next week, that's when I can start because I'm focusing on that.
Yeah.
That's why I moved, and that's why I'm here. And during the way, I lost track of like why I was there because I was working, and in California, it's so expensive to live.
Yeah.
That it was like I needed to work.
You gotta get money,
and also the hours are like.
That's why I left.
Yeah.
I didn't want to work.
Yeah, it was gnarly there.
That's nice. So you were pretty much doing construction.
Yeah, construction.
Yeah, that's what I did over there too.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I could work.
Yeah, but they were built like in the interview. They were building the CATF like slowly. Like they had like the scaffolding up and it wasn't quite done. And I was like, "There's gonna be a skate park here. Can I coach? Like that's something I'd love to do." And they're like, "Yeah, you could coach. We just have to build it first." So
nice.
I ended up helping build the skate park, and so like I was probably the first one to skate it, and that was awesome.
So you tested that skate park?
Yeah, I got to test that skate park, and like at lunch when we finished, like I was there skating. Like it was like we have an hour. Like screw food. Like I'm gonna go skate. Like and like it's an amazing park.
Yeah. How long did it take to build it?
I don't know the full length because I wasn't there for like the scaffolding and everything, but I think it wasn't that long. It was like a couple months or something.
Couple months?
Yeah, maybe.
So once it was built, you got the coaching job?
Yeah, so as soon as it was built and they opened, like with options for coaching for kids and stuff like that, yeah, they let me go in as a coach. And I was one of the first coaches, and I was in the meetings with so we had Bucky Lasik, Lincoln Ueda. Oh man, there's some street dudes too, but I forgot his name. He's super big, and that sucks that I forgot his name.
Bucky Lasik, the heroes.
Yeah, they were all there, and I'm there with some other young guys, and we're all like, what? This is crazy.
This is a dream. And
yeah, but those guys, Lincoln stayed, but Bucky didn't stay. He came for events and stuff, but I think he's a little bit busier. So
Lincoln Ueda?
Yeah, Ueda.
He's Brazilian, right?
Yeah, brasileiro.
Brasileiro. Yeah. And how was that experience, like working for that? It was that training facility, right?
Yeah.
How was that experience?
That was awesome. I got to coach so many countries: Russia, Peru, the U.S., like Canada's came, Norway, Sweden. They would all come in, and most of the time it's like we're the coaches, we're coaching you guys, and they'd pay for us to like have them coaching and stuff. Even coach street a little bit too. So that was super fun.
So before that, did you have experience coaching, or you learned there?
So actually, I like as a kid, I would just like see kids and be like, "Hey, you need to do this." And so that's like I've always had this eye for like what to do, like for other people.
even if you couldn't do it.
Yeah, even if I couldn't do it, but like most of the time I'd be like, "Oh, I know how to do that." Like. You're just not lean, like you need to lean forward after you air or whatever. And then some people would get mad and I'm like, oh shoot. But I was like when I was little, and when I was 16, I like started with someone asked me for, hey, can you coach my kid? And I was like, yeah, I can do that for sure. And and I also got on this website. It was like on Craigslist or something. I think it was called Go Skate. It's just like super whack company that does coaching lessons for kids, and they like pay the coaches like nothing, and they make like a lot. They charge the kids like so much. So I was doing that, and then I was getting like clients, and then afterwards I was just like taking the clients from them because they're not like a skateboard company or anything, and then I was just building like this like group of kids that I had, and I ended up having like a 10 at one point, making like solid money before I left. Nice. And I was like this is great. And I loved it. Every second of coaching was like awesome. It was so fun. And that's what I did before the CA skate parks for 5 years.
Nice. So you were really passionate about it because since early on you were already like trying to teach kids how to do stuff, you know?
The money made me passionate about it.
It definitely helped because
of course.
I just came up with a price out of nowhere, and I was like, this is my price, and people were paying it, and I was like,
oh shit,
oh shoot. Like as a kid, it was like at 16 I was like, I'll do it for $75 because what I did was Go Skate had a price, and I just beat their price. So like a
little bit lower,
probably a significant less lower, like probably like $25 lower. So I think they probably charge 100 and I charge like 75. And then I was like, if you buy more, then you can get more, like you less for the cost or whatever. And the parents loved it, and they love me, and the kids always love me and stuff. So I'm like a little kid at heart. So it's skateboarding. Yeah. I
feel like a little kid. When I skateboard. But once I'm done skateboarding, I'm like, oh man, I'm an adult now. Gotta do adult stuff. So you were doing that, and then at the training facility, so you already had that experience from your little school. What did you get from that? Like from teaching, like you were teaching like Olympians, right?
From the TF?
TF.
Yeah, it was crazy. So like basically anyone who has gone to the Olympics has gone through the TF.
Okay.
Yeah. And like at one point or another. And so it was crazy that everyone would come in, and like a lot of times they're needing help or something, or they're paying for us to coach them and stuff. So it was pretty insane, just being able to help them and, you know, like knowing the stuff that they need to do or seeing it. So I think Russia came in. This was like, I'm really proud of this because I don't skate street that much, but Russia came in, and I coached their street team and their park team. Like it was mostly me. They asked for me because I met them during the Olympic events, and they asked for me specifically. And so it was awesome, but street was a little hard. I was really nervous, but I was helping them, and we put the mats down so they could do stuff, gnarlier stuff. Okay. So basically we put gymnastics mats at the bottom of rails, and so they can do whatever they want without getting like landing on their back or something like that.
I wonder how that works. Like what were they trying? Like flips, hard tricks?
Like super hard tricks, like flip, nose blunt, 180, or, you know, like whatever they were looking for at the time. But for me, it was cool because I got to help them and be like, hey, you're like over rotating. And at first they're like, who's this guy? He skates vert. Like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. But after, like, I started giving them the advice that they needed and they were landing their stuff, they're like, oh,
okay,
yeah.
I gotta listen.
Yeah, like they kind of respected me more. And I went to Russia again, and they like told me that, like, yeah, we didn't really respect you at first, but then like you told us some stuff, and then it was like, yeah, like, no, like, this is cool. Like, you're trying to help us, and they realized that, like, this is like the stuff that you need. And we're also doing like runs and doing like fake competitions between them and stuff like that. And it was a real cool experience for me to learn. And then also for me to like just get better and as being a coach
at teaching,
all more well-rounded.
Yeah,
because vert, I could see it like within seconds, but street, it was like a little bit more. But I could still see, like, one of my buddy, his name's Ivan Martinez. He was doing fakie 270 back Smith. And he was over rotating, and that's one of the things I told him. I was like, dude, you're over rotating. Just slow down.
Going to back lip?
To back Smith.
But he was
he was going to back lip. Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, just slow down. Like, don't spin so much. And then second try, got it.
Nice.
Yeah. And he was doing it like 10 tries and then not getting it. And then I told him the thing, and he got it. And I was like, sick. So sick.
When you practice the runs, you time it?
Yeah, we time it.
Yeah.
So like I was there with a stopwatch, and I'm like, go. And then do your run, like make a run and do your run and get it consistent. Because one of the things about street skating is consistency in the line portion. So I was like, let's get all your stuff, like, even if it's a little bit easier for the line, because, you know, like, there's like some hard stuff and some more basic just to filler for street. So it was like, let's just get it down. And we sometimes would do more than 45 seconds.
Okay.
So like, if that's the like time, let's do a minute to get your legs, get your brain operating at maximum, so that when you're going to the contest, you're like,
easy. 45 seconds, like nothing. Yeah, that's a good strategy, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happened after that? You were... So you got a good experience from that, like teaching wise and everything. I mean, teaching those kids, like the Olympians, it must be like a fucking great, right?
Yeah.
After that, did you go to San Francisco?
Yeah. So right before COVID, I went to San Francisco the Braille came to TF, and my buddy, he was the marketing manager for them. And he was like, dude, you got to meet these guys. And I had no idea who they were at all.
Yeah. One question. Yeah. Were you watching skate videos or were you watching YouTube videos? Like skate YouTube videos?
I actually don't watch either. Like,
you don't watch videos?
I'll watch videos like sometimes. But for me, I feel like I'm not a skateboarder. I skateboard. That makes sense. I don't know what.
It's like me at soccer. Like, I used to love to play it, but not to watch it.
Yeah. Okay. But I love to watch it just like in person. Yeah. It's different. It's different. Like video, it's so sick, like, because you can watch it and stuff. But I only usually watch videos with my friends if we're like all going to watch it, or like a premiere or something. And I'm like, let's go. It's just different. For me, skateboarding is more about family and just connecting with each other and being in a spot that like I feel comfortable. Because growing up, I just never felt like I was in the right place anywhere. Okay. So like when I got a skateboard, it was like, dude, this is it. Yeah, I feel comfortable.
You're a happy place.
Yeah, I think that's the feeling that like we all as skateboarders get. You know, like like we feel free and we feel like we belong.
Yeah. Even sometimes I don't feel comfortable even in like skateboarding, like with skateboarders. But like when I'm riding it, like if I'm with my friends and I'm riding it and like in the air, I feel like just time stops for a second. I can just see everything and I'm like,
Meditation.
and then go. Yeah.
That's meditation.
Yeah, it's
like a micro meditation. Microdosis.
Macrodosis.
Yeah.
So you met the Braille guys.
Yeah, they came to TF, and then we went to. We played Game of Skate, and we did some videos there, and they liked me. But I had no idea who they were. I even messaged the CEO. I was like, have your people contact my people, like as a joke. And it was just super like funny because I didn't know like what was up at all. And when I met them, I was like, they're super cool and so nice and everything. But they liked me at TF. And then I was like, you guys are they told me they're going to Bob's. Okay. And I never gone to Bob's. I was like, if you guys take me to Bob's, I'll jump the mega ramp.
I'm sorry, was that in Vista?
Vista, yeah. Like, so the CATF is in Vista.
Okay.
It's just a little bit more south. And then Bob's is like 15 minutes away from there.
So what happened? Did you drop in?
Well, yeah, but we got there and I looked at it and I'm like,
oh, shit.
No mames, güey.
No mames, güey.
I was like, dude, this is insane. Like,
damn.
I was already in my head, like, I got this so easy. Like, I'm going to do it. No questions asked. Like, when I get there. And I got there, I'm like, oh, shoot.
Damn, but you got that I said I was going to do the mindset, you know?
Exactly.
So I got to do it.
Yeah, so we were skating and we skate the quarter pipe and they were like interviewing Bob and doing all this other stuff. And Bob said, like, I told the dudes at Braille, I was like, if Bob says it's okay, then I'll do it. And then, but I don't want to ask Bob because I was scared.
Yeah.
So Aaron Cairo goes up to Bob and is like, hey, can Will jump the mega ramp? And he's like, does he have pads or a helmet or something? And he's like, yeah, he does. And he's like, yeah, go ahead. And I was like, oh no.
Crazy. You didn't have to sign anything?
No, I didn't have to sign anything. Or
you need to persionarte.
So we went up in the go-kart and then we went up there and then I was nervous. Bob let me borrow his board to jump it. Like a mega sized board. And Bob was pretty gnarly about it because I bet a bunch of people do it. He was like, dude, if you're not, like, I was up there for a little bit waiting. I was nervous. And he was like, dude, just go down at the bottom if you're not, like, if you don't want to do it.
If you're not sure.
Like, right? don't waste the time.
Yeah.
Just go down. And then when you're ready, come up. And so that it was a little bit, like, kind of pissed me off a little bit.
Yeah.
Not going to lie. And then I like went down to the bottom of the stairs and I went just for like 2 seconds because the stairs and the bottom were two different places. So I went right here at the bottom of the stairs and it was like 4 stairs, not far from the deck. And I was like let's go. And then I got up there. I made the board straight because you have to like push it, make sure that it's gonna go straight. They're so tight, you don't want it to go like that. So I pushed it, like made sure it was straight, dropped in, went. And then I was like, once I dropped in, I was like, oh crap, I can't fall right here. That's not gonna be sick.
No, because if you fall, if you get down, you're gonna go off the gap, right? Like or something like that.
Yeah, depending where you fall at. I think my buddy Jojo, he's on the ground right now. I think he went in, or maybe it was Guy Curie that went in. Like he just knee slid and then into the.
He
canal.
fell down.
Yeah, into the canal. And there's the net is only like half of it, so he fell like into the thing.
But there is like a mattress or something.
There's like a net, but it's only so like here's the jump.
Mallas.
There's
mallas.
The physics of it is like you jump it, you're gonna make it over. So the fence, the catch is here, so there's still a little gap. So he went into it. I don't remember if it was Jojo or Geek because they were both in the session.
Fuck. Yeah. I can imagine like with the phone 9-1. Go ahead. Ready to press another one, right?
Yeah. Fuck, it's crazy what happened to Lizzie Armando, right? Because you just said right now that because of physics, if you go down, you're gonna go all the way to the other ramp.
Yeah, if you commit.
If you commit,
If you commit, yeah.
I think that's what happened. Is like maybe she got wobbles.
She got wobbly.
Yeah.
And then she like didn't commit and like leaned back. And,
She was scared.
Yeah.
That's crazy what happened to her.
But when I did the first one, like there's a kink in the bottom at Bob's. It's not a kink, but it's like a switches from bank to flat to jump.
Okay.
So I hit that and it was like wobbly and I went straight over. I was going so fast, I went straight over. I just did the box because that's all like I had time for. That's all he like let me do pretty much. So I did the box and then I like went all the way over the box. And then after like 10 tries or something, I did it. And then I like aired like super high up the corner. I was like, oh,
damn.
And he told me don't when you're coming up it, don't freak out. You just have to take it. So I was coming up with so much speed and it was like tick, 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 tick. And I was like, oh, like a roller coaster, but without the...
That was in the Braille video, right?
Yeah.
I gotta watch it.
Like a couple of days ago or something.
Yeah. And then I
was
just
refreshing.
Like shoot up 10 feet. And I'm like, ooh. Like, the mames is crazy.
Did you grab it?
Yeah, I think I grabbed it, but I didn't land the quarter pipe. And then after I did it once, Bob was kind of like, okay, cool, let me take that board. Because Bob was doing gap boards for that video. And like, then from there, he was asking me to like help him because he like let me jump his ramp or whatever. So it was kind of like,
you wanted to keep skating.
Yeah, I wanted to keep skating. I wanted to do the other gap. I wanted to get better, you know. But yeah, he was on his own thing that day for getting like clips for Braille.
What size was the board? Like a 9 or something?
Nah, it's just 8.5, just longer wheelbase, like from the bolts.
Yeah, okay, wheelbase.
Yeah, then it was like 16.
It's longer.
Yeah, longer. Okay. And then with the wider trucks,
12 or something.
No, I think it's like 14.
14?
Yeah.
Like 2 inches more?
Yeah, 2 inches more. I ride like, it's either like 14 and a half. And for vert, I ride like 15. Okay. So it's like 1 inch more than I normally ride. It's just more stable for the speed because it's a lot of speed.
I always wonder about how the trucks were loose or tight. So you have to have them tight?
Oh, yeah. Even if you ride loose, you have them tight.
Okay.
Tight. Like that's why when I was saying when I got ready, you like kick the board like to the fence and you see if it's going like this straight on the line, perfect. But if it's like leaning, then that's why it could be.
I think with the speed it get loose, right? Even if you are already like tight, it get loose.
You get wobbles?
I got wobbles for sure.
Yeah.
Like when I hit that kink for the first time, I didn't know. And I was like, oh, and everyone was like, oh no, he's going to die.
So what do you mean by kink? So it goes like this and then it's a flat.
Yeah, it's probably like
flat spot?
20 feet of flat before the jump. And then they use the mountain that it's on to like for the ground, like for the ramp going. So it's going at an angle like this. And then it's just not a kink. It's like, it's smooth. But like at that speed, you're hitting a different transition. And then you're on that one and then you're hitting another different transition. Okay. So it feels kind of like a kink. And if you watch the video, you'll see like the first one, I was like, ooh, right there. I didn't know it was there even. It's from the top, it just looked like, ooh. So I hit it and I'm like, whoa.
Damn.
And then off.
Do you know how tall that ramp was?
Yeah, it's like 27 and a half, I think.
27 and a half?
Yeah, the quarter pipe?
Yeah.
Yeah, 27 and a half. That's standard for mega ramp, and it's got 2 feet of vert.
It's 27.
27?
Como 8 metros, güey. Casi almost 9 meters.
9?
Yeah, right?
Meters.
How much is a meter? 3 feet?
3 feet. 3 feet is 1 meter.
Yeah, 9 meters.
Like do the math.
Like
do the math, guys.
27.
8 or 9.
8 and a half.
8.5. 8 and a half.
8 and a half.
Fuck, güey. Son como 3 pisos.
Imagine Jake Brown.
I know.
How tall was he when he like from the air to the bottom?
Dude, I think he was like 15 to 20. So he's like 40 feet probably.
Oh,
or no, 50 feet to when his shoes came off.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 50 feet or something.
Damn. Crazy shit happens at Bert.
Yeah. So that's what happened. Remember how I said Bob said don't like don't like, just take your speed. So when Jake went, he like pumped wrong.
Yeah.
Or he like was like leaning back.
He moved a little bit, and with that little movement, he
or if you compress, then it's when you hit that top, it goes.
Yeah.
And that's probably what like sent him on.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Nice. So you were there because of the Braille guys.
Yeah, I was there. They invited me.
And then you became friends with them.
With Bob?
With the Braille guys.
Yeah, with them. And then they were like, yeah, come to San Francisco. So that's when I started going up there.
Oh, so you didn't live there. You just went back and forth.
Yeah, I went. They like, first they invited me and they flew me out. And they're like, we want to have you here. You're like going to be on the Mexican national team. And then I was like, yeah, sick, let's do it. Sick. And we went, and it was fun, but they didn't really have anything for me to skate that much. So in the videos, I skated.
It's street, right? Pure street?
It was pure street. Now they have like half pipe.
Okay.
Yeah.
In case Will comes back.
Well, that's the reason they wanted it, is because I was there, and the marketing manager, he likes ramps and stuff, and he was like, let's build Will a vert ramp. And I was in talks with them to work with them like more, like way more. But when COVID hit, they were like, oh no, we have to put this on break. It was right before I was going to get like a contract with them to like work. And I was actually going to work in San Diego, and then they were probably going to build the vert ramp up there and stuff. And I might have moved. I don't know. Things could have been totally different. But COVID hit. And blew it all the way. And they're like, oh, we're barely being able to pay our guys. And I was like, no, like I really wanted it. Because when I went to the Braille house, it just made me feel like a kid again. There's all these toys that you could play with, like the razor, like kind of like the one you drift. Have you seen that?
Oh, yeah. The tricycle or something like that. Yeah.
So fun. They have like crazy scooters, like costumes, and like... the skate park, fingerboards, like it's an office. You could work on your videos, your editing, whatever. Nice. It was like insane. It was like a Rob Dyrdek Fantasy Factory kind of type of place. And I was like, this is awesome. And it just felt so me and so like as a kid, like
like I can imagine being there and just like it's a playground, you know, all day, skate all day.
Yeah, that's basically what we did every day, and that's what they do every day, except for they have 2 days off. I think it's like Monday, Tuesday, or Sunday, Monday, or something like that.
It's crazy that you mentioned that they have like a marketing manager and directors and stuff like that. So they're a big brand.
Yeah, it's a huge brand. They have like a CEO, and then they brought in my buddy Jeremy Vest from he's a really big YouTube guy. Like he's helped a lot of YouTube companies build their channel, and so they brought him in. And I worked for him at one point, and that's why he told me about Braille.
Oh, okay.
And so he was like, you need to be with them. And so I was like, okay, I need to be with them.
And also you mentioned that you were already looking or like being like putting an eye for the Olympics. Were you already talking about representing Mexico at that time?
So at that time, I had already made the team, and I already had gone to a couple contests. So it was like, I was already past that point. I already had my uniform and stuff.
All right. Yeah. How did that work? Like, what was the process for that?
So the process for that was gnarly.
Come on, we got time.
So Luca Barrera.
Luca Barrera,
yeah. He's the homie. He came to the TF, and like when I found out he was Mexican and everything, and he was like, oh yeah, like we're here training and stuff, and I was like, no way, like I want to do the team. And he's like, like you already missed one of the events out of 3. And I was like, no. So like I had been planning to do this since I was in high school. I wrote projects about Olympics, skateboarding in the Olympics. Like that was my junior, like in 11th grade, junior theme. And that's like something for English class you have to do. It's like the big project. And if you don't do it, you fail. Okay. So my topic was skateboarding in the Olympics.
Did you already know that it was going to be in the Olympics?
Oh yeah.
You imagined it?
for me, it was like, I knew it was going to come. Like Tony Hawk had already been talking about it.
Okay.
And I was like, this is coming. So I was like preparing myself for that. I should have been training more. If I did, I would probably be better off. But I was in Dallas. If I would have moved earlier, I think I would have been better off. But
okay,
yeah,
everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
So what happened? You met Luca, and then
I met Luca, and then he told me about these other two contests, and from there, like next week, I went to. Like I started, well, I think I had already been starting to get my dual citizenship. And then he told me, and then I was like, oh no, I need to do this now. But he gave me the contact for Paco. He was Manzanares. He was the guy that was like a part of the federation.
He was in charge by that time.
Yeah, at that time.
Yeah.
And so he told me like, oh, okay, there's this contest. And I went. I had to do it fast. So it wasn't working in the US. My birth certificate wasn't, my name and my dad's name wasn't matching up. So what I did is I had to like get an apostleship, and I sent it over to Austin, Texas. And then they did that. They gave it back. And then from there, I went to Mazatlan with my family.
Yeah. For a couple of Cheves.
Mazatlan. Pacifico. Yeah.
So I went there to get all the stuff done, and it was so much faster than the US. Like me and my grandma, we had a hard time finding the places to do everything, because we needed to do the birth certificate and then with the apostleship. So we were looking for different places and going around. So it was a whole day process of like here, and they're like, nah, it's not here. It's this place. And they're like, nah, it's
next
not here.
window.
It's this place.
Next window. We are closed.
Yeah.
I'm taking my lunch. Get away.
So we found this lawyer to translate the apostle, and then we went to this hospital, and they gave me my birth certificate. And so like I had that, and then the picture, and then I think I went in the US to get my passport, and I was in line all day. Like it sucked.
Yeah.
It was like, I think I missed my appointment or something, and they were like, go to this church, you'll get it faster. And this church, I was in line like all day, and I was like, dude, the line, every time I got to a point in the line where I'm like, okay, maybe it's after that point. No, and there's another point, and another point, and another point. Everyone trying to get these passports on this day.
Hassle, yeah.
It was gnarly, and finally got it, and I was like,
Viva Mexico!
Yeah.
And so I got it, but while I was in Mazatlan, Paco calls me, and he's like, the contest is this week.
Where was the contest?
In
like in Mexico, La Meca,
Mexico City.
Parque La Mexicana.
La Mexicana.
Yeah.
En el DF.
So I was in Mexico. I think I got everything, and then he called as soon as I like was getting it. He's like, "Yeah, there's a contest this week," and I was like, "No way, are you kidding me? Like that fast?" So I went back to US for like 2 days, and then I came back. And I think I had like 1 day to practice or something like that. So I did that. I stayed like at a hotel right next to there, and I had no idea. Like I'd never been to Mexico City at that point. So I was just like, it's go time, like go. Yeah. I've traveled before, like this is it, like go. And then I Ubered to La Mexicana, and then from there I had my bags and stuff, and then I was like, where do I go? Just found I thought maybe someone would let me stay with them, but I didn't find anyone. Yeah. And then I just was like, no, I'll just get this hotel. Hotel, and the next day was the contest.
So you were not prepared at all?
At all. And that's kind of like how it has been, especially with the timing of the contest. They haven't really been super organized with like, this is it. So that contest.
And it's hard for you because you have to fly out from the US.
Yeah, and it's expensive. So,
and it's expensive.
So, and they expect you to go to them, all of them. So that one I went and I got second. And they were like, dude, you need to get first. Like, dude.
Why?
Like,
because the first contest that you missed?
Yeah, because the first contest I missed, I didn't have any points. And I don't know how they rigged the point system or whatever, like to work. So the first one I missed, the second one I got second. And then they were like, dude, you really needed to win both of these contests to get the points. But the next contest was crazy because they were like, it's May. May is going to be the contest. And we had 2 months or something. So I immediately like booked my flight, everything for May. But knowing that it was a little bit sketchy, I put it on like a little bit of a change so I could change it. But I called them the week before and I'm like, yo, we're still doing this contest, right? I haven't heard anything, haven't done it, like seen anything. And they're like, oh no, we're not doing it anymore. And I'm like, how are we not doing it anymore? You already booked everything. Yeah. And he was like, okay, let me see what we can do. And then he...
we got it back just for you.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably. But
what happened?
Yeah, they like organized it super quick. And then they're like, okay, we're going to do it Wednesday, but not on the day we were going to do it. So I had it like planned. I had to change everything on my flight till before then so I could practice. It was a new skate park. I'd never been there. And then it was so messed up. It was like, I had like I think I got there off of the plane and then skated it.
What'd you get for the contest?
What place?
Yeah.
I won.
You won?
Yeah. So I didn't have like any practice. And then it wasn't like as official as the other one, which was crazy. But I like got there and I like landed a kickflip in knee and like I landed like a decent run. Yeah. And they put me in first and I was like, let's go. Yeah. I was so stoked. And then I think I got like something. Yeah. Like an award or something. And I got first. I had first and second and I wasn't actually in the team yet because I missed the first one. So I was actually in fourth in points. Okay. So there's people ahead of me and I was like, dang, like
you had to be in the first
three, because in the Olympics for Tokyo it was the top 3 could go, and then they had wild card people, and they also had people that like from other countries. If you had people in the top 12 or something or 16, then you could have more people go for your country. Okay.
So how familiar are you with this Olympics thing? Like, how many people are qualified for the Olympics in the whole world?
So for last one, it was 20. This one is 22. They adjusted some of the things. Last one, it was 3 people per country can go to the contests. 3 people per country can be in the Olympics, like can go. If they qualify, they could go to Tokyo. And but max. So it depends. There's only 20 spots for last time, 22 for this time. Okay. So for this time, there's 6 people that could go to the contest. And then there's 3 people of those max that can make it in per country to the Olympics.
And then there's one for every continent.
Yeah. So then there's a host country quota, which means the host country will automatically get 1 person. Okay. Because they're
even if they don't qualify.
Yeah, even if they're close to qualify.
Like the best
ranking, I believe. So, and then there's also another quota that is the continent. So every continent has to be represented because it's the Olympics. The Olympics is big on the whole world competing, which is kind of weird because there's only so many spots, which sucks.
Yeah. Like the guy that was like 46 years old that was a park skater.
Yeah,
and he's from Africa or something like that.
Yeah, Dallas. I actually met him this time because I didn't see him at any of the other events. And I saw him at this one. He's super cool.
He looked cool. Yeah, on the skateboard. Yeah,
he got to go because he was from Africa. I think he only went to like 1 or 2 contests. Okay, and I just didn't ever see him at them until Dubai recently.
He went to Dubai.
Yeah, he went to Dubai, and he got to go for Africa because he had more points than any other Africans. I don't know if there's that many Africans or what, but
probably the only skater in Africa. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to the Olympics. But he ripped. Cool. He was 46 years old.
Cool. Yeah. And in Dubai, it was even gnarlier. Like the sessions was heavy, and he was like getting it. He was getting it. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. There's something that what's the name of the guy from the Braille guy from the podcast that.
Aaron Caro?
Aaron?
Yeah,
he mentioned something that it was like 5 billion people are gonna watch the Olympics, and there's only like 7 billion people in the world. He mentioned that on the podcast.
Dang, I didn't even realize. Maybe I had the same expression as that. Like, oh, yeah, no way.
Yeah. So that's interesting because, like, the whole world is gonna watch you if you're in the Olympics.
Yeah.
So it's a big impact on the skate world.
Yeah, for sure.
That's crazy to know that. Because he said something like, "Are you ready? Because 5 billion people are gonna watch you on TV."
I didn't even realize that. That's crazy.
It's so crazy because when after the Olympics, I saw so many moms talk about how Raisa Leal won. Did she win? She won, right? The street part.
Raisa, the last.
Oh no, it was someone from Japan. But they were talking about Raisa, and they didn't even know anything about skateboarding. Like they were just walking down the street, and I heard them talk about it. You know, there's these little girl kids that went to the Olympics and stuff. I'm like, oh,
yeah, you're like,
it's big now.
It's big.
Yeah, it's big now. Like now that it's there, like even from before, I can feel it. Like now there's more coaching involved.
Mm-hmm.
There's more jobs for skaters, which is sick. But at the same time, it's changing the culture a little bit, which is different.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it's going to change no matter what.
Yeah, and I think it's just going to get more and more like discipline, I guess. Mm-hmm. And but yeah, it's big. It's getting big. Sky and Raisa. Yeah. And depending on what country you're from, a lot of people have their own, like, they're like, oh, look at her, like, or look at him. And they're like really hyped about it and stuff. Even like, I was in San Diego and like these country club more so type of people like that don't know anything about skateboarding. Mm-hmm. And they're asking me like about it. They're like, what did you think? We're like, we didn't really like it that much for this aspect. Like they fell a lot. And I was like, dude, you don't get it. You don't understand. Like park skating, you're gonna fall. They're trying gnarly stuff. Like, I want you to just hop on the skateboard. Once you hop on it and then you try something and then you tell me like they sucked.
To have that precision, that consistency, it's crazy. Yeah. Like the level now, it's crazy. It's I really don't understand it. Like you have to be really consistent and have a lot of precision.
And lots of tricks.
Lots of tricks, gnarly tricks.
Yeah.
It's mind blowing actually, you know, to be at this level of skateboarding right now. Like I don't know. I don't even know what to say right now. Fuck. I saw it with Raisa as well. She had like 1 million followers, and after the Olympics, she got like 6 million.
6 million?
6 million.
What the fuck?
From 1 million to 6 million.
Yeah, because it's 5 million.
And
I don't know, 5 billion.
Million. And Brazil, you know how they have a tight community? I think that they all started following Raisa.
Yeah.
For that matter. Even if they weren't like skateboarders, you know?
Yeah, if you podium at the Olympics, you're gonna get some money, some fans, some everything. Anything you want, like you're probably gonna get.
Okay,
publicity, everything.
From the coaching perspective, coaching perspective as well.
Yes or
so
no?
You went to Dubai to represent Mexico.
Yeah.
How was your experience there? And because you also told me that you were trying to help them, you know, like from a coaching perspective as well, like trying to not teach them, but tell them what could be better.
Yeah. So for this one, it was different. It felt better for sure within the team. The first contest for Tokyo was like kind of everyone just even on the team, like elbows out, like not being super open, not helping each other, and like not uniform as a team. And even me, I could say that like I was just focused on skating more so. But for this one, for me, I personally was like, you know, like I barely got into this to go to this contest. So, and the federation helped me a lot. And I was like, I want to do more than I did before.
Yeah.
Because before, and well, also if we had like a coach that like was a park coach that knew more what he was doing, then I wouldn't have to do that. And he would be the mentor, the guide as, like for us. But we have Saudo, and he just doesn't skate park. Like just not the right fit for park skating coach.
He might not have the vision for it. Right?
Yeah. So like as already going through all these events, I was like, you know what? I know what to do. I'm a coach already. Like I'm just going to lead by example.
Yeah.
And in this, like everyone, like I asked them, I made sure that like it was cool. Like in text, I was like, hey, if anyone needs help, because like I started doing it just like out of natural, like just that's how I am. And like when I was a kid, like, hey, like do this or whatever. So I started doing it, and I started helping everybody in practices and being the support and being like giving them tips as I see it. And the first time, like I didn't go into the coach's booth. I was just kind of yelling it, or like, hey, like come talk to me whenever you have like a second during practice, so that I can tell you like something you need to do. And that was like the first day I was like in the stands. And then the second day I realized like, oh, there's a coaching area, so I can be closer to them and talk to them. And so like that second day I was in there. And I made sure everyone was cool with it. I was like, hey, if you guys want me to, just let me know. If you don't, totally cool. I understand. Like, I'm not trying to be the coach. I don't want to be the coach, but I just want to make sure you guys have the help you need, especially not having the experience or having the like knowledge that you may need. So then I was in there, and I was like, from there, I was like, you know what? I'm already here. I'm going to do everything I can for everybody else. And it was a lot on me, actually, because like I had to skate too, you know, and in the afternoon. For me personally, I'd prefer to, like, for contest wise, not for like as a coach, I prefer to just like chill, not think about it, just chill in the hotel, make sure I eat, make sure I'm healthy and everything. And then when it's time, I go and do it, and then I chill out again. But I can chill out at the contest, not at the hotel.
Okay.
But for this instance, I was there like 9 a.m. I was helping the girls. And then I was helping the guys. And I was there like all day. So then by the time I'm skating and practice, I'm like already like been on my feet, standing, helping these guys. And so it was a little bit harder for me to do. But I think one thing I didn't mention was I started helping one or two people first. And then once I did that, I was like, well, no, it's not really fair. Like I should help everybody. Yeah. And so the second day is when I like helped everybody. I woke up and I didn't even know the times for everybody. I just like kind of showed up. And then when I showed up, I was like, oh, you need help? I'm going to help you. And then on the second day, that's when I like started giving help and advice and stuff like that. And then the third, and then the contests, everything. And it was awesome because after they kind of realized like what was going on, it was a little bit better. Everyone was a little bit more supportive for each other. And so like, way more than Tokyo like qualifiers.
Because the first one, everybody was like doing their own thing, right?
Yeah, doing their own thing.
At Dubai, they were all together. You guys were all together.
Yeah, we're all together, and we kind of all sat together, and more people were like there for us. Like in my contest run, I think everyone was there watching, and then I think we're all more there for everyone, like so we could be more supportive. And and it felt so good. It was like it was awesome just to feel that we're like connected and we're like on the same level now instead of just like everyone like now just for me. Yeah. Like kind of sometimes how Mexico environment can be.
That's what a coach needs to do. Yeah. You gotta bring people together, you know, you gotta be in the same connected, like you said. You gotta be connected, same mindset. Yeah. And I'm gonna say this. A lot of skaters, they don't like being told what to do, you know? Yeah. And it's hard to listen to somebody like, there's some skaters that are going to be like, you can't tell me what to do. I already know what to do.
Yeah. There's actually one of the skaters that, I'm not going to mention the name, but another skater told me what he said about me and like that, like I wasn't I wasn't doing like what does Will have to know to teach me or something. And then so like I was like, yeah, whatever, like it's all good, but I'm still gonna help you. I don't care.
But that's the thing now. It's not about I am teaching you how to skate. Is I'm here to be supportive and something like that. No, it's like a coach.
But there's also some things that like a lot of the like Luca, for instance. Like I told him, dude, you're a big dude. Like, so practice was heavy. It was 14 people, 45 minutes, and go. So, like, the first day, it was turns. But then everyone kind of, they were like, okay, now today and the next day's practice was like, go. And then you go, and then everybody, there's like 3 people at a time sometimes. And they're going, and lots of collisions happened and everything like that. But when I told Luca, I was like, dude, you're a big dude. He wasn't going in as much. And then I was like, you're big. Like all the other people aren't as big as you, and you need to get in there. Because once you get in there and you show that you're in there, they're not gonna want to drop in on you. They're gonna be like, oh, dude, that dude's like 50 more pounds than me. Like the kids and stuff. Like
they don't want to get hurt.
Yeah, and I realized that in the first one because I'm a little bit bigger. I'm not like huge, but I noticed that, and then I told him that, and he was like, I didn't know that. Like, that's something that, like, he didn't realize. And that he was stoked and more appreciative of me for just mentioning that to him.
And he felt more confident.
Yeah, he felt more confident. He got in there more. And then he like, pushed it more, you know? So, it's little things that you need to know.
There's little things, actually. And I actually think that the coach needs to know what to, like, the scoring system and everything, like do the math, support the skaters, like help them mentally as well. Not only as for the skating, like the tricks they maybe need to do or stuff. Like the mental part, it's huge.
And I think that's what kind of was good about this one is that we were more supportive. When you have someone to support you, like all of us, Evan had his dad, and Emmy had it. Like some of the people had their family, but there's people like that don't have their family. Like for me, I've never had my family there. I've never had anyone I know be there besides the skaters. So like just having someone there to be like, let's go, like hype you up, make sure you're mentally like stoked. Because if you're just there and you're like, oh shoot, like everyone's better than me, freak, like you're thinking, freak out. And then if you freak out, you can't freak out at that level. You have to be ready.
You gotta be courageous. So were they being appreciative? Of what you were doing for them?
I think everyone was stoked, except for one person maybe wasn't as stoked, but whatever.
I mean, it's not your job, but you're doing it because you love doing it, you know? And like, I think we in Mexico, we need that. We need unity, you know? We need to feel that passion together and be connected, and that way we can like help each other out. And that's what we need. We need that.
As soon as we start doing that, we start skating more with each other, start filming more, and you know, more group or family type, then that's when we're gonna, because we have everything we need. We're smaller people, we're hardworking people, we are powerful, like we do all the work in the US, you know? We're grinders. So
we are grinders.
Like opportunists, like we have a lot of the things that like similar to Brazilians. So if we can all just be more of a family, skate together and have that more mentality, then I think that we can get there faster. And also if we have some skate parks. But
more skate parks. Hopefully, you know, hopefully soon. You know, don't know how many years that's gonna take or how months or anything, but hopefully soon. So how do you like you just mentioned that we need like to be together, right? How do you compare for example Brazil, Russia, Mexico, the US? What's different?
Like the What's different?
Like how is their mentality? Like each country's mentality. Did you pay attention to that stuff?
Yeah, so the competitor mentality is for sure different. In Mexico, it's like once you get to the top in Mexico, you think you're more like I've done it. I'm sick, like everyone likes me. I don't need to go forward more. But once these contests are super good because once you go to those contests, you're like, oh, I ain't shit. I need to practice. I need to do way better. So that's something that's different. It's like in US, we get everyone that comes to us to skate, and then we get to skate with the best. In Brazil, they have a bunch of people that are super good. In Russia, they have a lot of street skaters that they know what they need to do, and they travel to other places, and they came to the US and they've kind of seen what they need to do. So it's like for a lot of Mexican people, it's super hard for us to get visas to go to US, and it's hard for us to go other places and see the mentality that they have. So that's where we're kind of limited, I think. But that's something that we have to like open our eyes to, is like
to the
level
to the we ain't shit. Yeah, we still gotta work more.
Yeah. And that's why I moved from Dallas, is because I knew I was good there. I was like the best there. There's like no park skaters there. Of course I'm gonna be the best. So then once I moved, I was like, I went from big fish, small pond to small fish, big pond, and then it's sick to like. You got to do that. You got to push yourself. If we're not pushing, what's the point?
If you're not hungry, you got to stay hungry.
Got to stay
even
hungry.
if you're the best.
Even if you're the best.
Like Shaun White.
Yeah.
Shaun White, right?
I saw an interview of him, and he's got like I'm the best, but I can still be better.
Yeah.
What about Japan? Japan is right now, I think it's one of the top competitors.
Japan.
What's different about them?
Well, first off, there's something in the water for sure.
Something in the water.
Like a vitamins or something.
Vitamins.
She'll be the sushi.
Frijoles, maybe. Beans.
The beans.
They're training differently. They're just a different culture than we are, and whenever you look at their facilities, like they've been starting to have like facilities in Beijing. They have a Woodward there, and it's massive. And then they have, if you're looking, all these super good kids are coming out of Japan because they're disciplined. They're like in everything they do. So if you're disciplined eating right, you're going to feel good. If you're disciplined in how you skate and like your workouts, in everything you do, like, of course you're going to just get better. And they have everything there. They have like snowboarding, they have other sports. So they're doing everything you need to do. Yeah. And they have the facilities, and I'm sure they're skating together. Yeah. My friend, Steven Piñero, he's from Florida. He actually, he skates for Puerto Rico. And he actually moved to Japan because like,
he wanted to get better.
That's the level. Yeah. That's where the level is. Like,
so he's in Japan
podiums.
Right now?
If you're looking at the podiums, it's Japan most of the time. For park, I don't know that they did so well in Dubai, but they were last season. They were spot on. They were good. Yeah, and they're really good. And these kids are coming up. Like they've been training these kids, and these kids are like doing gnarly stuff, like kickflip 5s, 900s, like all this stuff, and they're like 12.
Like the 3-year-old that's doing like, or 4-year-old, I don't know, but he's doing like
the mini reps.
Yeah. He's that's crazy.
Yeah, they are not using, how do you say cuna in English?
Cuna.
Cradle.
The cradle. They are not using cradles anymore. They use skateboards. You know, like babies.
Yeah. So a lot of people think that Japan came out of nowhere, but I believe that they were training from many years ago, maybe 10 years ago, they were already they already had that mindset that maybe they already knew that the Olympics were coming up somehow, and they're like, we gotta start working.
Well, once they start talking about a sport, and then a lot of these more wealthy countries can just start doing that. Because I knew before the Olympics that the Olympics was going to be there, because
you were close to the main guys, you know, like Tony Hawk. He was talking about it, right?
Yeah, he was talking about. I wasn't close with him. I was in high school, and I was just like seeing the info because I Googled skateboarding, and then one thing come up: skateboarding the Olympics. So I read the article, and I knew it's going to come. It's one of the fastest growing sports in the world. So like, of course, it's going to come. Yeah. So I'm sure that they knew. And then when snowboarding did so good, like for the Olympics, like it changed the Olympics. It was so good. Yeah. Shaun White, and then there's a lot of Japanese guys that like, of course, Japan knew. And so the one thing that was different is they had their snowboarders actually for park. They had their snowboarders compete. And I actually was there seeing them get better. Yeah. And it was insane. When they first showed up, they didn't look as good. Not at all. At the TF, I was like, oh, okay, they're pretty good. Yeah, like snowboarder style, all this. Yeah. Now, the snowboarders doing like everything perfectly. Like everything styly, everything like insane. And I think that's the discipline that they have. But also it's similar to snowboarding. So you have a little bit of that background and stuff like that. But for the kids, I'm sure that the government and everything and the like facilities are like pushing, been pushing the kids for a while. Yeah. Yes, they're
the crazy thing is that they don't look competitive. You know how Nigel always looks like on point? And like Yuto's always like he looks chill and stuff. Like the Japanese, they don't look like they're trying. Yeah. That's crazy. But
it's like robots, right?
Yeah, like
the expression, right? It's like they have no feelings.
no feelings.
Los máquinas.
Máquinas, like gnarly trick and.
But they must be really competitive, right?
Yeah, for sure. And the other thing that they're doing is I saw they're skating together. A lot. I warmed up in the like bowl right next to the bowl. It sucked, but there's like 5 of them skating together, and like as a team, you know, that's what they're doing is they're skating together, and they're eating. They're probably eating together. They're probably working out together. They're doing these things like together. That's the same thing.
I saw it at the Tampa contest that they were like 30 of them all together, you know, cheering each other up.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
That's what we need. Yeah. I would love to have that here. And like my goal in the next few years is to come here more and to be more a part of the scene here, so that just so I could lead as an example and be more of like an inspiration to some of the kids that want to skate park. But,
and I really want to thank you for that, because you know. We do need that, and when I met you and we talked a little bit, I actually knew that you had the passion for it. So it's like we need more people that have the passion for it, so that we can. We need leaders that can put us together. Yeah, we need to change our mentality. So I don't know. Thank you for that. Yeah, and thank you for being here with us. Yeah. Before we end this conversation. You told me that you lived at, you bought a boat and you bought a van and you live. Right now you're living on a boat or on a van?
So
in a van.
What happened was I was actually living at the TF in the back. Okay. And I was there for a little while, and it kind of was messed up because I had another person who kind of stole my idea. I was like, I'm going to do this. And he was like, I'm going to do it too. I was like, dude, I don't want to live with you in that little cabin.
This was my farm.
After a while, they were like, you guys going to find something? And as soon as I heard that, I like got out of there super quick because I didn't want to, I worked there, you know? Yeah. So I got out there and I moved in with my buddy in his garage, and I was there for a while. And then his mom was like, you guys need to start paying us. I was like, no, I'm not going to pay for a garage. Like this crappy garage that I built like the beds for and stuff.
Yeah.
So I told him, I was like, yo, I want to live in a van. What do you think? And he was like, nah, I want to get a boat. And I was like, no way. So it was a little bit of a process, but we did it super quick because we were pretty passionate about it. And so we got it in like 2 weeks, like a boat. And we got funding and stuff like that. Maybe it was a month or something.
Yeah.
It was really fast that we got this boat, and we moved in there, and we've been there for 4 years in the boat.
4 years?
Yeah.
I love it.
You still have it?
I still have it. And then I also bought 2 years ago, I bought a van, a big van, like a ProMaster, like a conversion van where you have like a bed and solar and stuff like that. And I've been building out slowly, so it's like halfway or maybe more than halfway done.
Yeah.
And so what I do right now, my roommate has a girlfriend, and I let them chill in the boat. But then we use the boat has a living room, and then we just it's a sailboat, and I use it for like cooking sometimes, and just hanging out if we want to have friends over, like cards and stuff. And if we want to go sailing is so legit.
Yeah.
If you have not sailed, it's so sick. Just being on open water, it's like,
yeah.
And then I have the van because so I can just go anywhere. Like we go snowboarding like every Tuesday to Big Bear, and we took it up the other day. We stayed the night there and just parked like right in the parking. So we woke up, made breakfast, snowboarding, because so it's like.
Yeah,
I can go wherever I want on the water, and I can go anywhere I want on the road. So
that's crazy.
It's so much cheaper than the apartment.
Paying an apartment.
Yeah, first year with the boat, I paid off basically would have paid off my boat cost with how much I would have spent in rent in California. So it's been a super sick way to live, and it's humbling a little bit. It's like you don't have as much stuff, and you don't need that much stuff.
No.
Yeah.
You can pretty much have everything you need in that space. Like, and then anything else is just like my parents. I grew up with like so much crap. Like in our garage, it's like full. It's like, dude,
you don't
use that. You don't use that. You don't use that. You don't use that. What the heck are you doing?
Just energy.
Yeah.
It's
more stuff you have to take care of, more stuff that you don't need.
And you worry about it, you know?
Yeah.
You worry about it because you have it there. Or else you wouldn't like have it there.
Yeah. And for me, all I worry about is making sure the boat doesn't sink, which is super easy, especially with my roommate, because he takes better care of it than I do. And then I take super good care of my van and just make sure don't get towed. Because from Texas, it's a little hard to get the registration. I got to go back and get it and stuff like that. But I just make sure nothing happens to it. And it's like my babies, pretty much.
So right now you're in Texas?
No, I'm in California.
California. What part of California?
Oceanside?
Oceanside.
Yeah.
So you're in Oceanside?
Yeah, Oceanside in the harbor.
Nice.
Yeah. So I park.
Do you have to pay?
For the boat?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you're not supposed to live on the boat. That's part of the reason I bought the van.
Okay.
Is because, like, if anything, I'm be like, no, I live in my van and I take off and I do that stuff. So you can be there like 3 or 4 days of the week, and that's chill.
Yeah.
But you can't be there all the time, and that's not like our intention was to do it, have it, and then we're supposed to get on the list because you can live there, but you have to pay just a little bit more. But it's a long list because there's like a lot of people in line. So we're on the list, and once we have the list, then we're gonna be like staying there probably more, get a bigger boat.
So that's a weekend place. Let's go to my weekend place.
Yeah.
You guys wanna
come
to
through
the ocean?
Let's go fishing.
Yeah, let's go fishing.
Yeah,
that sounds nice, man. That's a life.
Cool.
Life. Skating, snowboarding, and sailing.
And surfing.
Yeah.
Did you have the transformation from the band, like documentated or something like on YouTube or something?
Not really, dude. I suck at
it's content, bro. Content.
Where's the braille, guys? Come on.
It's because I just I love to film, but I hate to edit.
Oh yeah,
so,
me too.
I hate editing now. I used to want to edit, but not anymore.
Yeah, and I don't have the same like eye for editing as I do for coaching. It's like I feel like everything I put out sucks. and then I like film it, and then I'm like, I don't know how to I don't have, like, sometimes I can see it in my head, like what I want.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, that would be sick. And then I try to do it, and it just doesn't work out the same way.
How you forget it?
Yeah. My roommate, he can do that stuff, which is sick.
Because it's kind of time consuming, right? There's like a filming. Yeah.
But he just doesn't, for him, he's so good at everything that like he can't focus on one thing at a time sometimes. He doesn't finish everything he does. So we started another, like, I have a YouTube channel because of Braille, and I was like, I gotta do this. And then I just haven't been posting a lot, and he and I was like, let's do it, let's make one. And we did one video, and then he's kind of over it.
I don't know. I consume a lot of videos on YouTube, and my idea, I think it could be awesome, like video blogs or skate blogs when you are in Big Bear. Big Bear, you mentioned. And snowboarding and the life in the band, the trip or not. I think it will be cool.
I think you gotta do it.
I have, like, it sucks because I have this opportunity and I've had it for such a long time, and it's just like I don't have anyone with me that can help me to do it.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. And then at the same time, I'm focused more on skating and coaching and stuff. So it's like, it would be sick if I could just hire someone to just come with me everywhere. And then they can film me, because it's also kind of hard. Like when I do everything by myself. Like I travel by myself. Like it's a lonelier life for me since I've been a kid, because I'm an only child. And so it's like, it's hard to like have like that person, or if I'm filming, like I have to do selfie cam style. But it's like when I was with Braille, it was sick because they already have those people, and it's like sick. All I have to do is be me, focus on doing cool stuff. And that's why I loved it. It was like awesome. It's perfect for me. But for like my own channel, it's like, dude, I want to do it so bad, but I'm so focused on other things that it's hard to like, because you're right, like it would be so sick. Like,
it will be sick.
But
I mean, how many skaters live on the boat? Not many.
I don't know.
Not many.
Not many.
You know anyone?
I've known people that have done it, but they did it super quick because they didn't like it. Like, if you want to live on a boat, it's not easy because boats are expensive. Like our boat, we got it for a decent price. Like probably like about like less than a car, maybe. Not a car, Mexico, car, US.
Un suru,
Bocho.
No less than bocho. So like if you want to keep up with it, it's hard. There's things involved. Like you have to get it cleaned every month, and it costs money, and then things break a lot on boats. So for us, we're more like, I did construction, and then he's super into boats. So like if we need to fix something or something happens, like he's more on top of the engine type stuff. And if it's like more like other stuff, I'll do it. Or cleaning it, you got to clean the top yourself all the time. And so like there's a saying, like the first day and the last day are the best day of a boater's life, because it's the first day that you bought it and you're super stoked, the last day and then you're super stoked again because you're like, finally get rid of it.
That's crazy.
But for us, we've loved every second of having that boat. It's our lifestyle.
Hell yeah. So
So
what's the plan? What do you want to do for the future?
So for the future, this Olympic series, I'm there to try to make it for sure. Last time I was super close to making it to the Olympics, and this time it's the same goals. Like I want to try harder, like train, be more disciplined. I'm eating better, doing more things to help me. I'm still kind of hurt coming off of that season, so hopefully I talked to the federation. They said they're going to help me with a doctor here in Guadalajara, but it's already Thursday, so 1 or 2 more days, but we'll see how that goes. And if I can get healthier with my knees and have some issues, like I think I have a hernia right now, and I've been skating on it. But I don't know if I do or not, because US medical is so expensive.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So if I could get healthier and feel better, then I could skate better. But I really like saying, if you look good, you feel good, you skate good. Yeah. So if you can do all those things, then that's when it comes, like everything comes faster.
Yeah.
So like if I can get to that point, then I'll be training harder. And I'm training harder. I'm trying to be more disciplined and actually get to that extra level with fives, kick flips, and everything. Because I have so many tricks. I can do it. But that's my goal, is to get through these contests, do well, and then I think after this season, either if vert opens up, then I'll go for vert because I love vert.
So you're better at vert?
I love vert more than bowl.
Okay.
I think I'm a little better at bowl, but that's because living in the Mecca of San Diego, it's so hard to skate vert. Like there's Claremont and Manchas that are like open, but like there's way more options, but they're just owned by someone, and it's a lot more liability, so it's harder for you to go.
So Claremont's still open?
Yeah,
because that was like one of the first skate parks in San Diego.
The YMCA?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
For vert.
Yeah.
I remember going there to go skate street, and I used to watch a lot of pros skate that skate park.
Yeah,
like a lot of pros.
It's probably a different vert ramp, but in there was another Y in Encinitas. That vert ramp's down.
Yeah.
So
it's down?
Yeah, they put a new one that's really small. Is donated by one of the Olympians.
Yeah.
They donated it from their house. It's like 10 feet, maybe like 20 feet wide. Not super big. But so it's super hard to skate vert, and that's what I need to do. It's more like the scene isn't even in US, sometimes it's more cliquey. It's like, oh, you're my homie, like let's go skate. But it's not as open to other people that are trying to get into it. So, but if I want to go skate, I gotta drive for like 45 minutes, which is like $50 in gas in San Diego and back to go skate Claremont, or I got to go to Manchas. And sometimes I get lucky, and my friend, the owner of this company, this is Exposure Skateboarding. It's a girls skateboard contest that I volunteer for. The owner, she's my friend, Amelia Brodka. She gets, her husband works for Tony, so his name's Alec Beck. They get me in the skate there sometimes, and it's sick to get to skate there, but it's not like every day or anything. So
more vert.
More vert, the better. And then if vert opens up, then I'm going to take that option to skate for Mexico for vert. I'm not sure that we're at all at the level of vert that we are for park, even for Mexico. There's one vert ramp, Fishbone, that's getting taken down, moved. So
no,
I don't see anyone coming for that.
No, I don't think so.
Just for a little while, because there is someone that I'm training, Aldo, that he's going to be the next vert skater for sure. But I think the next Olympics might have the vert, and if that opens, I'll try for that. But if not, I'm just going to be coaching, and mostly probably for national teams.
Okay.
I have some job options that people have been contacting me about, and that's what I love to do. So
for coaching.
Yeah, for coaching.
Sick.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have one question. You do have to go to all the contests, right, to get more points? Like, you have to.
If you win one of them,
you don't have to.
You're chilling.
Why?
Because the way the point system works is like, let's say, for example, 100,000 points for first place. Second place, 50,000 points.
Third place,
like 25. 10. And then from there, it drops like 25, 15, 12, 10. So like top 20 get a lot of points.
Okay.
Then after that, it starts dropping lower. So you're like, I think for me and Evan, we're like a couple hundred points away. He's in second. I'm in first for Mexico. Okay. So like for us, like it's harder to be lower, obviously. But if you win a world championship, that's the most points. Last season, I think Zion, he won one. He didn't do anything else really. He just won that last Dew Tour.
And he qualified.
He qualified for an American, which is hard because the Americans they have to go to more contests. But if you win one, dude, you're set. Like you don't really have to go to any other thing. You're in the Olympics. You're chilling.
You are in Paris, no?
Yeah, Paris.
Gana uno, güey. Yeah.
So if you win one, like you're chilling. For Brazil, like other countries that have a lot more skaters, it's a little bit different because they have to try a little bit harder, maybe go to other ones. Mm-hmm. But if you get that 50,000, 100,000 points, you're pretty much set. Because there's only for street, it's a little different because there's a lot more events. Mm. So you kind of have to go to more of them. And if you're at that level, you might as well get paid.
How does it work though? Because it's only 22 top skaters from the world.
Right.
How does that, like, in Mexico there's other different contests, US different contests, like I don't understand how that works.
So last season there was national contests. Every country could have one, and continental contests. But they kind of eliminated those. They didn't really work out. No one really did them. And so it was a little bit unfair to have a continental contest if not every continent can have one. So and national wise, if your national couldn't do it, you didn't get points. So I think they got rid of it. Last season, we in Mexico had one, I think. We had two. We could have had two. Okay. So we could have had like 6,000 points or whatever. But this season, all it is a pro tour and world championships. So world championships is like double the points. Yeah. And pro tours are like normal amount of points. So
and which are those, the pro tours?
The pro tours, so Dubai was a world championship. The pro tour is going to be in Argentina. I don't know what the name of the event is called, but it's in Argentina in May. And then there's another one, a pro tour in Italy later on, a couple of months after that. And then right now, that's set with a date. It's back to Dubai for the World Championships. And there might be one in Japan and there might be another one. But it's kind of in talks. Okay. So World Championship right now is only in Dubai this year and next year. And then, so one thing about these contests is the top 44 after the next Dubai contest, they're going to cut everyone else. Okay. So they won't have the option besides the quota. So the same people that would make it into the Olympics, they would be in that top 44 minus the quota.
What the fuck? We are like in the meme. The formula.
We're going to have to watch this over and over to understand it. But it's good to know that, you know, it's good for us to know that, so we know how we can qualify. Like in Mexico, you know? Yeah,
and for Mexico, the first thing if you want to compete is go to the national events. You can't go to the Olympic events if you're not in the top 6 in Mexico. So if you're in the top 6 in Mexico, you're eligible to go. Whether the country is going to help you out is different because they only have so much money. And unless we're all top 6 in the top 10, then they're not going to put the money to push us there. Yeah. So top 3, they helped me because they knew that I had the credentials to like be higher. So they helped me in top 4, but I think they're doing like top 3. Depending on the CONADE, if how much they want to help out. If they might do top 2, they might do top 1. I don't know. Everything is sort of last minute. So like I got the call like 1 week before, like, hey, we're gonna help you. I'm like,
no man.
I was skating too, so I was like, it pushed me. I was like, all right, here we go. Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it. So
I am at Dubai already.
That's funny. All right, well, thank you so much for being here with us.
Yeah,
it was great listening to your experience, and so I think we're gonna be done.
Yeah,
and thank you.
Yeah, muchas
gracias. Thank you a lot. Thank you to be for being here, and bueno, lo de la dinámica, güey, también. We have, how do you say dinámica or something like that?
No sé.
Well, we have something in this time of the episodes. we encourage to in this case you, to say people, hey, if you support this content, I don't know, write some emoji that you like. I don't know.
What's an emoji that you like? For the people that get to the end, they're gonna put that emoji on the comments.
Yeah.
The emoji that I like?
Any emoji
that you
like.
Oh, okay. I like the monkey emoji.
The monkey emoji? Yeah.
Okay.
That's that way.
Everyone that gets to the end can put a monkey emoji.
Yeah. Sí, pues si llegaste hasta aquí, pues pon el changuito que está así, güey, acá. Güey. No, pues muy chingón.
Anything else that you want to say?
Yeah, just thank you guys for having me, and thank you to my sponsors and the people that support me. Exposure Skateboarding, Pit Viper Sunglasses, Rhythm Skate Shop, 187 knee pads, Gertson Clothing, they help me up sometimes. Transverse Co underwear, Super 8 skateboards, my friends, my family, Mexico.
A huevo. Viva México, perros.
A huevo. Viva.
A huevo. Thank you a lot. Muchas gracias, mi raza, por llegar hasta aquí. Ya saben, pongan el emoji del changuito acá, locochón. Nos vemos en un siguiente episodio. Recuerden que los campeones no usan drogas. The champions say not to drugs.
Yeah.
Chido, güey.